8 Disney stars who went broke and sold everything. Number 8. Anneliese van der Pol. The Disney lead has been open about her financial instability. She admitted to living paycheck to paycheck and selling clothes to maintain her life as a working actress. 7. Dan Benson. The Wizards of Waverly Place actor found himself broke after his Disney years. He eventually sold his traditional lifestyle to pivot to adult entertainment to pay mounting bills. 6. Kyle Massey. The Cory in the House star faced lawsuits that drained his savings. Insiders suggest he sold off his primary assets and now relies heavily on appearance fees. Number 5. Caroline Rhea. A staple of the Disney-adjacent era, Rhea admitted to spending her entire fortune. She was forced to sell property and return to a grueling tour schedule to avoid bankruptcy. Number 4. Dutch Whitlock. After High School Musical, Whitlock faced legal trouble and addiction. He lost everything and was eventually arrested during a desperate attempt to rob a pharmacy. 3. Sky Jackson. Despite her fame, Jackson has faced backlash for selling raffle entries to fans. Many see these schemes as a sign that her Disney-era wealth has officially run out. 2. Shaun Weiss. The Mighty Ducks star suffered a public spiral into addiction. He became homeless and lost all possessions, selling his last movie memorabilia before entering recovery. 1. Lindsay Lohan. The Parent Trap star earned millions but faced massive tax debt. She was forced to sell her designer wardrobe and move in with her mother after losing her mansions.
It's real sad to see some of the stars that you grew up on just watching just not be able to make it in life, man. It's really tragedy, man. I really, I just feel bad. You know what I'm saying? I wish they could, if they had the right people around them or the right managers or something, man, it could have really helped them, man. I really hate that, man. All I can say, dude, man, is put that money back and invest in some things, man, and hope your investments play out and make good returns.
Sky Jackson is one of the many ex-Disney Channel stars whose career peaked while being on the network. By just the age of 5, Sky Jackson's acting career was in full swing as she appeared in an episode of Sesame Street and a commercial for Band-Aid brand. But it wasn't until 3 years later in 2011 when her acting career reached new heights as she appeared in the movie The Smurfs and was discovered by the Disney Machine as she was cast in the role she's most known for to this day as Zuri Ross and Jessie. Jessie is by all accounts one of the most successful shows in Disney Channel history, lasting 100 episodes. Due to how much of a cash cow Jessie was for Disney Channel, it only made sense that they decided to make a spin-off that returned most of the original cast. Sky only did 58 episodes of Bunked before she realized that the show might run for 20 more years. So at that point, she decided that it was of her best interest to leave Disney Channel entirely. Or so she thought. Only a few years after leaving Disney Channel, her embarrassing Gossip Girl audition tape surfaced online and went absolutely viral for all of the wrong reasons. Ex-Disney Channel stars already have a bad time as it is trying to book roles after leaving the network, and this just made it so much worse for her.
Childhood star.
Become of the woman who once ruled Disney.
Your jokes are cheesy as
She was once one of Disney Channel's most promising new faces, hitting almost every rising star's sweet spot, from Kickin' It to I Didn't Do It. Everyone thought she would continue on the established path. Safe, stable, controllable, but the problem was she didn't want to be defined. While many child stars remained within the Disney framework, she began to quietly shift. She took on more mature roles, entered more complex stories, even starting to distance herself from that safest label. The turning point came after she stepped out of her comfort zone. She was no longer just a Disney girl, but constantly reinventing herself across different platforms and projects. Music, film, personal expression, she began to control the pace. And now, Olivia Holt no longer belongs to any one channel. She is no longer being molded. She has begun to make her own choices, from being highly regarded to truly taking control of her life. She didn't leave Disney, she simply moved to a higher position.
17 years after the show, one of the cast members is completely broke while the others are filthy rich. Obviously, Alex is by far the most successful with her acting career, singing career, and makeup brand. She's worth $1.3 billion. After that, you have Jerry, who hasn't really done anything huge, but he's been in a bunch of really bad movies and TV shows. He's worth $10 million. Then you have Max. I don't really know what he's been up to other than just being a stone cold lady killer. I mean, look at this man. He's worth about $5 million. Justin's had a moderately successful career with this series, and then obviously being one of the kids in How I Met Your Mother, he's worth $3 million. Unfortunately for Teresa, she was never really able to branch out of the Disney Channel realm. She never really got a big break or anything. Despite being really attractive, she's worth about $2 million. And finally, we have Harper. Usually a good indicator of which cast member is the least successful is whoever's the first to make a podcast, and that's the case here. Although she did get her role in the second Mean Girls movie, which was terrible. And obviously she has the reboot coming, but at this point she's pretty broke at only $300,000.
And that's kind of one thing about just like movies and stuff, man. You could be a good actor, but sometimes you just don't get that job. Like, that's why some actors become directors and all the other stuff, bro. Cause like, that's possible. And that's, you can be cold, but if you just don't get callbacks or if you get typecast, then it's like you kind of cooked. Like, you might as well go on preheat the oven to 350, 325, my boy, because it's over with. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing you got to think about with that. That's why I tell I keep sounding like a broken record, keep repeating it. Invest it, but again, these are child stars. Some of these stars are like a little bit older and they can do it. They can have the foresight. But if you're a child star, all you can do is just hope and pray that your parents don't be dumb. And hopefully you live in California because they have at least the law and the act, because stuff happened over and over where parents are just going crazy and spending money. It's like they pimping their kid out. You know what I'm saying? They like using their kids as a lottery ticket, and then the kid gets older, they ain't got nothing. So you definitely want to get out of there. You know, not get out of there, but just hope.
Massey's career slowed considerably after his Disney years. Number 1. Shia LaBeouf. Although LaBeouf became a major movie star after Even Stevens, he has publicly discussed periods away from Hollywood due to personal struggles, showing that fame doesn't always translate into continuously growing wealth.
4 Disney stars who went completely broke. Number 4. Orlando Brown. Orlando Brown became famous playing Eddie on the Disney Channel hit That's So Raven. After the show ended, his career slowed and he struggled with legal issues and addiction. Reports later suggested he faced serious financial problems and unstable living conditions. Number 3. Jodie Sweetin. Jodie Sweetin appeared in family sitcoms and Disney-related TV projects. After early success, she struggled with addiction and financial hardship for several years before eventually rebuilding her life and returning to television. Number 2. Gary Coleman. Gary Coleman appeared in several Disney projects after becoming a star on Different Strokes. Despite earning millions as a child actor, lawsuits and financial mismanagement drained his fortune and left him nearly bankrupt later in life. Number 1. Lindsay Lohan. Lindsay Lohan began as a Disney star in films like The Parent Trap. After years of legal troubles and career setbacks, Her finances reportedly suffered before she slowly started rebuilding her career.
Think about it. Yeah, you can still rebuild your career. It's not too late. Just know that it could be hard at times. It could be like hard, you know. And yeah, there's nothing wrong with working a regular job. Like you can, bro, if you can do it and you can lock in and get it, there's nothing wrong with it. You just gotta do your due diligence and plan on getting up out of there. You are an actor. You still have fame. You still have everything that people want. It ain't over, brother. It's not over. You was on Disney Channel. That's one of the biggest things. So it's not over. Stay strong and keep the faith alive.
8. Former Disney stars who now broke or work normal jobs. 8. Dan Benson, Wizards of Waverly Place. After struggling to find traditional roles, the actor who played Zeke pivoted to adult entertainment, stating it was the only way to escape being broke in Hollywood. 7. Jennifer Stone, Wizards of Waverly Place. Stone left the industry for a more stable calling. She is now a registered nurse and famously worked on the medical front lines during the 2020 pandemic. 6. Lalaine, Lizzie McGuire. Lizzie's TV best friend disappeared from the screen after drug possession charges in 2007. She now lives a low-profile life, mostly staying out of the public eye. 5. Adam Lamberg, Lizzie McGuire. The actor who played Gordo walked away from fame for a normal career. He eventually became a development associate for a New York art center. 4. Bridget Mendler, Good Luck Charlie. Mendler chose academia over acting. After earning degrees from MIT and Harvard, she is now the CEO of a space startup, Northwood Space. 3. Stephen Anthony Lawrence, Even Stevens. Beans went viral in 2015 for working as a Santa's helper at a California mall. He later shared that he enjoys normal jobs and teaching acting to kids. 2. Taran Killam, The Jersey. Before SNL, Killam was practically broke for years. He lived on a strict budget, proving that even future stars struggle to survive the post-Disney slump. 1. Sean Weiss, The Mighty Ducks. Weiss's battle with addiction and homelessness became a public tragedy. Now sober, he works as a recovery advocate and comedian to rebuild his financial life.
Like, see, I told you, it's hope. It's always hope. It's not over. You can always be an advocate. You can always preach and tell everybody about Hollywood, how things happen. It's not over, man. Don't give up. Don't get on drugs and do not commit suicide. Obviously, you can still keep going. There's nothing wrong with it, man. There's a price for success and fame, but sometimes, man, it's not going to be what you want. But sometimes you can always come out on top. Sometimes you come out on top.
Do you remember Billy Unger?
Anybody else confused about the don't punch me rule?
Billy was one of the biggest Disney Channel faces of the early 2010s. He led Lab Rats as Chase Davenport, the genius teen with super abilities. If you watched Disney Channel during that era, you absolutely remember him. But you might also remember when everything shifted. Billy was arrested after a public altercation outside a nightclub. The Disney image cracked overnight. Headlines replaced red carpets. As the franchise momentum slowed, so did the offers. Despite attempts to continue acting, his career never returned to its Disney peak. The actor who once fronted a hit sci-fi series gradually disappeared from mainstream Hollywood visibility. As a result, he remained a recognizable face for a generation. But the arrest and sudden image shift couldn't be ignored. Billy Unger stepped away from the spotlight, rebuilding quietly outside the Disney machine.
Taxes, agents, and managers, they all take cuts. People get greedy, like Allison Stoner. People get greedy, bro. I can't tell you the amount of times this stuff happened over and over again. That's why in California, they got certain laws to protect people from that type of stuff, because it's just crazy. Like, it's crazy. And then the income can stop after Disney. After Disney, that income... Bro, it's usually it after that. It's like, that's why you want to take it and stack it and invest it. Sometimes these are child stars and they're young, so their parents have to do that and have that foresight for them. You know what I'm saying? If your parents don't have that foresight, then you will grow up and be in my next video or in somebody else's video. You know what I'm saying? You definitely don't want that to, you don't want to be in a video about you not having any money. That's honestly, it's really crazy. And then you got to stay out of trouble with the legal people. Stay out of trouble with lawyers and all that type of stuff. You don't want to do that.
Actors whose careers failed after the show, Sky Jackson. After Jessie ended, Sky Jackson starred in Bunked. However, after Bunked ended, she became pregnant at the young age of 22 by a random man she met off the street. Since then, she has appeared in small movies and shows, but her acting has been terrible, as people stated it was Disney acting. It's a shame, because her career might have prospered if she hadn't become pregnant, and took more acting classes. Miranda Cosgrove, best known for her role as Carly Shay in iCarly. Miranda Cosgrove initially found success as a singer, landing 2 hit songs on the Billboard Hot 100, Kissin' You and About You Now. However, during a tour, she was involved in a bus accident and required surgery for a broken ankle. The recovery process was long, and as a result, she was dropped from her label and had to cancel her tour. Despite this, she is still best known for iCarly and its reboot. China Ann McClain initially had a promising career. She starred in Ant Farm, performed its theme song Exceptional, and sang a cover of Dynamite that gained millions of views. Afterward, she appeared in Descendants 2 and Descendants 3. However, she later became very religious and began sharing her Christian beliefs online, which led some people to react negatively. She eventually stopped pursuing music and acting to focus on her faith, which stopped her career.
There probably is some demonic stuff going on, man. You know, that's why she probably was on that camera crying like that. That could be another reason why you can kind of go broke if you don't want to deal with all that that crazy stuff that's going on. You know what I'm saying? Who knows what they was doing? You know, hopefully it wasn't nothing too crazy, but we had the documentary by Dan Schneider, you know, and that's just something that came out. What about the stuff that didn't come out? It could be all types of crazy people on Disney Channel doing crazy stuff. So you got to be aware of this stuff. All these things play into factors about why these child stars, these Disney stars are not having money like that, or they going broke. You know what I'm saying?
While I was touring my original music, I learned that I had $0 left in one of my bank accounts, which made no sense because I was ultra frugal and I had been working since childhood. There should have been, honestly, like close to $500,000 in there. But when I investigated everything, I discovered my former business team and other adults in my life had organized a plan where they were paying themselves extra money from this one account since I was a kid. And apparently, as a kid, I had agreed to that, but I didn't understand what was happening. And years later, even after they weren't involved in my business like before, and even after my work slowed down and I wasn't making nearly as much money, they continued paying themselves the same amount from this account.
In an interview with E! Online, he said, "In becoming an adult, I have learned firsthand that stepping up and taking responsibility is the best way to move forward. I am especially thankful to my family and fans for their unwavering support and encouragement. I am glad to now put this in the past." This was after the plea deal. According to TMZ, while Disney and Musso have been in the talks to move the actor from kids shows to young adult projects, the DUI arrest led to the move being made immediately. So instead of Disney waiting for another season of Pair of Kings before making the decision, they quickly replaced him with a character played by Adam Hicks. At the time, Musso was also hosting the Prankstar show, which had aired 4 episodes by the time of his arrest. Learning of the DUI issue and fearing any bad publicity, Disney immediately canceled the show, making it one of the shortest running shows on Disney Channel with only 6 episodes ever being produced. 2 episodes that had already been filmed and were being planned to air were also pulled from the programming schedule. Musso's acting career took a big hit after the DUI incident and his music career flatlined, but it did pick up a bit in 2022. He did, however, manage to salvage the situation, given he did voice acting for Phineas and Ferb and Milo Murphy's Law. It's even alleged that Musso's saving grace was that Disney had quietly kept him on their payroll even after bidding his show and acting slots.
I realized Disney just made them famous, but the fame, it didn't guarantee any wealth. It's just going to give, it's like a job. You can work a job and still not have money. That's why people that's in jobs, your coworker can have way more money than you and you can be struggling. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't, that's your financial responsibility.
Can someone please explain to me why almost every single Disney child star almost always turns to heroin or crack
or meth?
It's like, yeah, you get paid $5 million. You're on the biggest show on Disney Channel. Your life is amazing. You're getting so much fame. You get recognized everywhere you go. You're rich. You're 15. Why are we doing heroin in a crack house with 50-year-old homeless veterans that blew off their left finger? Sure, you might have got touched inappropriately from the show producer on whatever Disney show you were on, but you're still rich as fuck and famous as fuck. What the fuck went wrong? Why are we doing all these
fucking drugs?
But I guess it's like a mandatory thing. Maybe it's a contract they sign. Hey, I will get paid this amount. I will do this show. But in 17 years, I have to make headlines about being a heroin addict. What the fuck is going on with Hollywood? And I know we've seen at least 10, 15, 60, 100 of these little kid actors that just get hooked. You know, whatever they want to do, whatever their fix is, they can't get enough because they don't stop. They don't stop, and all you see them in the news is, oh, they're now a fucking living zombie fent folding on Hollywood Hills Boulevard. Didn't you run Disney Channel 15 years ago? What the fuck happened? What the fuck happened? I'm sorry to these kids. I know they were treated terribly, that's why. It's a damn shame, honestly. Do better. Bring it in.
Another thing that I always speak about is, man, luxury lifestyles, man. I know you go through the roughness and you want to reward yourself, reward your family, reward everybody. I know, I get it. Or your parents just take it from you and they reward themselves and they buy you a little bicycle and you don't get nothing. It's like that, man. I hate that you got, even with sometimes these YouTube stars, man, you gotta be smart with it and financially plan out what you want to buy. Even though you're rich people have budgets. Gotta have a budget and you gotta stick to it. I understand you got millions of dollars or whatever. That's not gonna last. It's possible that it's not gonna last. I'm not gonna say that it's not gonna last, but it's possible that it don't last. You know, it's just like the lottery. It's kind of like the lottery, man. But with this acting, you can get good and keep going, but you possibly could stop too. There's no guarantee, you know. It really isn't, man. So keep trying, keep going, and just hope for the best.